Female independence and single motherhood went hand in hand, destroying Black families. I am very passionate about African American history. As a foreigner, I can see how certain movements, laws, and rules were created to keep Black families and women in poverty and are separated. Everything is calculated and thought of by white American government to destroy the idea of African Americans to ever live peacefully in this country. They were angry because, 1, the whites could no longer legally enslave them. 2, laws were created to protect them. 3, Blacks can now vote in elections. 4, integration in public spaces such as schools and the ability to live in the same areas. HOA was created for that reason. 5, interracial marriages were legal. 6, whites could no longer legally unalive Black people for no reason. Especially the sick things they did to slaves and Black children. Please look up white women skinning biracial babies. Gentrification was another way of pushing people out of neighborhoods in a sneaky way. Hip hop and rap were censored if they were too positive. Movements were labeled as threats for public safety. Speakers like Malcolm X, MLK, Black Panthers, etc. were technically labeled terrorists for having a mass influence on society. The bombings and destruction of successful Black communities such as Tulsa, Central Park in NYC, Oscarville, Lake Lanier Now, Rosewood FL, East St. Louis, and many more. The welfare and projects, public housing were created for poor white families, but the government realized it can be used for Blacks to keep them there. Then the no man in the house made it harder for Black men to claim their families, considering they weren't allowed to live there with them. American whites were very vile and evil. I was not born there or ever had to deal with this, but I would never forgive them nor integrate with them or have kid with them. I think African Americans are not angry enough. And it makes me sick to my stomach learning about the history. Not only that, but white women and Black men relationships is being pushed so hard on the media, and white women feeling so entitled to go on TikTok, bashing Black women as if they're better than them because they had everything handed to them all of their lives and were able to live comfortably in protected communities and be feminine. It makes me sick that this is not known or looked at. Their narcissism and fetishization of the Black men is extremely creepy.